Hey, what's up, everyone? My ever so glorious singing voice has been critiqued, so I have chosen to speak for this video while I work on my techniques in private. Last week, one of the officers on YY, Yin Yin Warriors, for those who don't care, said something out of frustration on the forums. This came after Galileo issued a warning on the thread, but our officer did not see that before he made his comment. The direct quote of his was, "Fuck the economy team and fuck PG. This is bullshit. Feel free to ban me if you want." Not the best thing to say on the forums, true, but I think we all know that we've seen worse, both in the forums and in leak chat. PG's response was to forum ban Juno for 3 months. A little heavy-handed on the time frame, but sure. We can all understand the reasoning behind it, Juno included. What we did not understand was the in-game communication ban that went along with it. Juno was not able to chat in team or league chat and was unable to send mails again for 3 months. Like hopefully any other team would do, we reached out to PG, both in the threads and in messages, asking why this punishment for 2 sentences was so excessive. There are now about 4 other members of YY who are forum banned until tomorrow. Juno's ban was reduced from 3 months to 2 weeks, still in forums and game, and he is able to have group chats and male teammates only. This is progress. However, thinking to all of the people who have spewed racist comments, hateful and degrading comments, jokes about school shootings, threatening to frame other players as predators, and plenty of other toxic things that happen in the forums and the game itself, who get a 3-day chat ban, if anything at all. This first-time offense of 2 sentences resulting in 3 months of both forum and in-game bans is grossly overreaching. Our team understands and would support a forum-only ban, but reaching in-game as well for an issue that occurred on the forums is too much. Not only did Juno and some members of YY get forum banned for protesting this, but PG has banned the word Juno from being typed into the forums. If you try to mention Juno, whether it is related to our officer or not, you will get a message that the post has to be approved by moderators. One person who isn't even tied to our team at all posted a picture of Free Juno on the forums, and his post got deleted completely, and he is now banned. Yin Yin has turned to protest artwork as a form of making our voices heard, and even then, things like our recruitment thread get shut down. We had to make 2 new ones. The first new thread we tried to make mentioned what all of our officers do, including Juno. Since his name is flagged, the post was not approved. When that happened, we had to think a little outside of the box for the next thread. While our threads are censored and the name of a player is banned on the forums, the threads of teams that PG players are on get closed from timing out and reopened with no problem whenever the mods in charge feel like they need to recruit some more. Our entire team realizes what Juno said was out of line. Our issue comes from the fact that a first-time offender was made an example out of to this level when there are plenty of other highly toxic people in the game, on the forums, and in the thread itself where Juno first said what he did. By choosing Juno to make an example out of instead of well-known toxic people in the community, faith in PG as a whole took a nosedive. They would seemingly rather eviscerate someone who directly critiqued them than someone who knowingly and purposefully strips another player of their self-worth for sport. Taking the forums where it was told that players could express themselves and turning it into a system where the very name of a player is flagged and has to be approved is a misuse of power. The interesting thing is that if you've ever spoken to people from YY about issues that bother them, you'd find out that if the problem is left alone, we will usually move on and forget about it. Picking the scab and banning others who do as little as post a picture of the words "Free Juno" and flagging his name will only encourage us to keep protesting. Speaking for the players means nothing if the players advocating for another one are censored and their threads are shut down and deleted. How can this be fixed? While PG obviously has to have many people working on the systems of who gets banned for how long, something needs to be done about making the punishments more equitable. 3 months total communication for speaking up on the forums versus 3 days of league chat for harassing people with explicit language and threats is not close to equitable. Even 2 weeks of total communication for speaking up on the forums versus 3 days of league chat for harassment in game is not close to equal. If the punishment fit Juno's crime, we wouldn't be up in arms about it. We wouldn't constantly be figuring out ways to fit Free Juno into artwork. His name wouldn't be banned on the forums. Until there is some verbal sign from PG that what happened was a gross misuse of power and a plan to fix it and work on this problem, there are at least 50 players who have lost trust in the people who represent them. There is anger. There is disbelief. There is hurt that this would happen and a sense that the company does not actually care about the players, which has been a long time rumor that constantly goes around on the forums. This is not the way to keep people playing the game, and certainly not the way to encourage community involvement. If you got this far into listening to this, thank you. I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments or online. If anyone else has an experience with either them or a teammate being banned to this extent for a first-time offense. Until next time, Ghost out.